ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcoming you to this week's episode of WWE Raw Recap. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This week, the fans at the Excel Center in Hartford, Connecticut got to see some first round matches for the King and the Queen King of the Ring tournament. Speaking of that premium live event, two more matches were announced, but more on that later. Before I get started, hey, if you like it, click the like. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this week's Raw. And if this is your first time watching, be a champion. Click on that subscribe button. Without no further ado, let's let her rip. Kicking off Raw this week was the Judgment Day. They came out to a ring, cut a promo. Uh, Everything was going pretty well. Very happy. Drew McIntyre was determined not medically clear to wrestle. So it looked like Finn Balor was just going to get a easy walk to the second round. Of course, Adam Pearce had ruined that freaking party. He said, nope, not today. I got a replacement for you, and that replacement is main event Jey Uso. Hey, King Uso. How's that sound, folks? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, Finn Balor and Jey Uso had a pretty dynamite match here. Uh, Things went both ways through the whole match. Not really. One person had a total advantage over the other. Uh, this is probably one of Jey Uso's another one very good Jey Uso match. I guess sometimes it depends on who you're in the ring with. Uh, let's not forget, Jey Uso has been mostly in tag teams, so he's really starting to get his feet wet as far as a single competitor. Anyway, Balor hit the basement drop kick and went for the coup de grace. Uso speared Balor for two. McIntyre showed up, uh, distracted Uso a little bit, but Uso was able to spear Balor, get the advantage and the win, and advance in the King of the Ring tournament. Uh, Drew McIntyre was not happy that Jey Uso was picked as his replacement. Like I said, Drew McIntyre was not happy at all that first of all, that he wasn't medically cleared to wrestle. So he, gave Adam Pearce an earful about, hey, I got taped up, I can go. But Adam Pearce, explained that, hey, you revealed you had an injury. The doctors checked it out, and they say you were not medically cleared to wrestle. And of course, Drew already upset and upset again that he got replaced by Jey Uso. He got in his car and left, but about 3 seconds after he left, CM Punk shows up and a nice, looks like a Firebird, I believe. Anyway, I guess that, Firebird. Anyway, so CM Punk arrives, said, "Hey, did Drew just leave?" And Aaron Pierce is like, "Yeah, and you're late as well." And CM Punk's like, "Okay, whatever. Could you do me a favor, hit my music? I'm going to the ring." So he makes it to the ring, cuts a promo, got the fans to tweet to Drew that, hey, CM Punk is there and he wants to pick a fight with Drew and bash his face in, knock his teeth down his throat, all that sort of stuff. So definitely, even though both wrestlers are sort of sideline, still building these two guys up for a match and doing a pretty good job at it, if you ask me. All right, now it's time for some first round action for the Queen of the Wing tournament. This match pits Io Sky versus Natalia. Uh, Good match here, some back and forth, exchange of holds and counter holds. Io Sky would get the advantage after a drop kick. Natalia came back with a power slam, top rope superplex for two. Uh, Io Sky locked in the STF. No, Pat McAfee Cole. This is the crossface. It used to be called the crippler crossface, but we all know why it's no longer called the crippler crossface. This is just a crossface, not an STF. Anyway, Io will lock in an STF, or excuse me, see, you screwed me up, Pat McAfee. Anyway, Io Sky had the crossface locked in, but Natalia would power out of it. Uh, power bomb from two. Io Sky or Natalia would go for a sharpshooter, but Io Sky would counter, do a running knees to the corner, pulled her out, hit the moonsault for the 1, 2, 3, and now Io Sky advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament. After the match, though, the Dakota Kai, pretty much cut a promo, say, hey, when they first got together, they kind of ran Raw, but now that, they would move to SmackDown and are back on Raw, they're looking at the kind of takeover again. So, Becky Lynch, when you're done with Liv Morgan, we're coming after your gold, and we want our tag team straps back as well. All right, now easily the best match of the night was Ilya Dragunov against Ricochet. Ilya with his, stiff strikes, if you want to call it that, and the high flying moves of Ricochet. Ilya at one point went for the Azay moonsault, but Ilya caught him, gave a German suplex right there on the floor. Uh, Ricochet hit a series of suicide dives, then a corkscrew plunger, but in the end, it was the H bomb from Ilya Dragunov to seal the win and advancing in the King of the Ring tournament. Not sure why they didn't just get Ricochet this one. It seems like they kind of do that. They kind of give him a few wins and kind of just go cold on him. He's kind of been a thorn in the side at the, in the Judgment Day. It's like that's not going to continue anymore. It's just done with. Of course, now they get after the draft, everything else. I guess trying to figure out a place for him right now. So it's definitely not going to be in the King of the Ring tournament, as like I just said, Aya advances, Ricochet does it. So easily not the best match of the night was Zoe Stark and Ivy Nile. They went back and forth trying to do the strong girl thing. Impressive drop kicks from uh, Zoe Stark, of course. If you listen to me before, I'm pretty high on her. Wish they just keep her and Shayna Baszler as a tag team. Let them do that because they'd be great opponents. Especially if go ahead and change them heel because that'd be great heel opponents for Bianca Belair and Jay Carhill. But it is what it is. Uh, Zoe Stark would get the win after hitting the Z360, advancing in the Queen of the Ring tournament. All right, next up is Chad Gable against Bronson Reed. Match didn't last too long. They both hit their couple little signatures here and there, but the match ended when Sami Zayn came in and attacked Chad Gable. But in the end, though, it was Bronson Reed, the big guy, laying them both out. Then it was announced later. I guess really Sami Zayn uh, gave the idea, and I guess it is official. It is going to be a three-way for the Intercontinental Championship at the King of the Ring tournament. It will be Sami Zayn defending against Chad Gable and Bronson Reed. All right. Becky Lynch comes to the ring, starts cutting a promo as well. They talked about her Kentucky Derby hat, which looked goofy. Anyway, Liv Morgan went out, came down to the ring and said, "Hey, you're talking about this person, that person. What about me? What about my talent shot that you promised me?" Becky said, "Okay, it is going to happen. Come King and the Queen of the Ring tournament, you get your shot." That's when Damage Control came out to the ring. Liv Morgan bailed, and Damage Control would attack Becky Lynch until Ira Valkyria will come in and make the save. Of course, this will lead to Ira Valkyria and Dakota Kai match. Okay, here. Uh, I think the crowd was getting a little tired or really didn't care about neither one of them. But in the end, it was uh, Area Ira coming back and beating Dakota Kai with the Nightwing. All right, it is main event time. It is Sheamus versus Gunther. And of course, they're just going to lay down a lumber. Like Gunther was going for the 10 chops of the Bowery, but uh, Sheamus got out of that. Again, hard hitting, back and forth stuff. Uh, Sheamus went for a bro kick, but got his leg tied up in the ropes. Here comes Ludwig. I can't pronounce this right name today. Ludwig Kaiser, excuse me. He did a drop kick to the knee. Guess the ref seen it or didn't see it or suspected something. Either way, he threw Kaiser, away from ringside, which is, I still say this is stupid right here. If you seen it, didn't see it, suspect it, disqualify him. No use of, oh, excuse me, no use of just send him out because, I understand it would make more sense if it was a title match. It was like, okay, let's, if he thinks he can still go, let's do this. But after that, Gunther just kept on stomping and working on that knee, power bombed him. Uh, Sheamus tried to come back, hit the Irish cross for two. Went for another bro kick. This wouldn't work out. He would, or Gunther would get the tap out win with the single leg crab. Like I said, except for that one little interference. Like I said, I hate it when they just toss people. Just should have tossed them to begin with. Not like he has a manager's license, but um, that kind of deal right there just don't make sense to me. But people still bought it. Gunther did pick up the win. It gave him a reason to pick up the win, but still, it's like, okay, if the ref didn't see it, Kaiser's out there. Why do anything? Just keep a better eye on them next time, or whatever. Uh, but yeah, like I said, good hard hitting match here. Still, I would I would hate to be any of those wrestlers that had to follow the uh, Ilya Dragunov and Ricochet match. That was a good match there. But anyway, this does for this week's edition of WWE Raw Recap. Join me Thursday for Spot Show live stream with me. Also, join me Friday night at 8 o'clock for Wrestling Gold Friday night. Until next time, you folks take it easy and have a good one. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.